Hello, I'm Clifton Clarke, the Professor for Global Missions and World Christianity. Now this spring I'm going to be teaching a very important course on African Christianity. Now a lot of people think that, oh, it's African Christianity, well, that's nothing to do with me. But I want you to know that Christianity in Africa is having a global effect. And in fact, the center for gravity of global Christianity has moved to the global south, to Africa and Asia and Latin America, with Africa have played a very important part. That's not just something taking place over in the continent, but the transnational impact that is having on even the United States is phenomenal. Some of the fastest growing and rapidly burgeoning churches that we are seeing around the country are by African leaders. We need to understand what is this phenomenon around. Now in this course we want to explore what exactly is African Christianity. And in fact, we're not going to just look at the contemporary and post-colonial and pre-colonial model, but we're going to be looking at African Christianity in this North African context. We're going to look at Nubia, we're going to look at Ethiopia, we're going to look at Thomas Oden's book, looking at the history of North African Christianity in Egypt and other places. It's going to be phenomenal. And then we're going to be looking at the impact of colonization on African Christianity, and out of that the post-colonial methodology of Christian contextualization on the African continent. And so we're going to be exploring the nature of missionary Christianity and also of more the African critique. And in that we're going to be looking at the African indigenous churches. We're going to be looking at global Pentecostalism as it's manifested through the African churches. We're going to look at the theology of African Christianity and the issues of contextualization, translation. How do Africans sort of allow and read and indigenize the Christian faith so that it can be understandable and accessible through African peoples, not just African peoples in Africa, but also African peoples across the world. Now, this is important. Whether you are a Caucasian leader, an Asian leader, or a black leader, knowing this phenomenon will have a tremendous impact upon your ministry, because if you're going to be a pastor or a leader, you're going to need to impact and you're going to need to have some intercultural relationship with people who are coming from the African Christianity trajectory of life. And what we see often is people not understanding the nature of the African worldview and the dynamics of their understanding of the universe. And this is going to be something that we're going to explore in this course. And so the spring in 2015, we're going to be exploring the history and theology of African Christianity. This is a course for everyone. You don't want to miss it. Look out for it. And there's also those of you who are taking history or theology, you'll be able to cross-fertilize your courses so that it can be seen as a history course or theology course, but you really want to be a part of this. Okay, so what I will say is I'm looking forward to seeing you in the class. Register today.